Hey everyone, and welcome to day 19 of Lenormarch. Today's cards are the ring, oops, that's just steady on here, the ring and the book. Well, the ring looks delightful. It's sparkly and gorgeous and comes in a box, so you get that sense of happiness and joy because it's all about commitment, partnerships, strong connections, unions and bonds, like, a bonding. Obviously, it can mean engagement, marriage, partnership, that kind of thing, but also for business, this works as well. I think even signing, like the act of signing the contract, not the contract itself, can be the ring because, again, it's all about that agreement to move forward together, a merger, so to speak. It relates to things that are in relation to each other. And I read also that it can be not just a union, but a reunion due to the fact that the ring, the main part of the ring, is round. So it's sort of something cyclical, something coming back over itself, if you like, or coming back to the start. Which I find, that's an interesting little what would you say, an interesting philosophy to keep in mind depending on what you are doing the cards about. But it's about partnership and unions. When we get to the book, well, it's a book, so you can't help but think about education and knowledge more so. It might even be about learning or training or schooling or teaching. And it could be perhaps the facts themselves. I mean, the book is filled with information. And it's interesting that this particular deck, the book is open and most of them I found are closed. And this card does mean that there is information that is not ready to be revealed yet. It can mean secrets. It says something needs to be analysed, or, there's more research to be done, perhaps because there is some information that is currently unknown. I'm sure in many circumstances it means it's not ready to be revealed yet, but you know that something's coming, with regards to information, along your path. So it's those two things. I think it's knowledge and education and facts, but it's also about the fact that those facts are not yet to be revealed. Either they're not ready, the timing isn't right, or somebody may be keeping that information from you. Perhaps it's time to dig a little deeper, or you need to dig deep to find out, look into it more, research to find out exactly what is going on. I like that card. I do prefer the book to be closed, and I think that with this particular deck, I'll continue to use the card as if the book was closed, saying, the information, not all of it is here yet. So the question for today is, what books are you committed to reading this year? And they're already on my shelf. However, if I look at my wish list, I'd say my top two at this time are these two: A Description of the Cards of Tarot by Aleister Crowley and The Tarot by Robert M. Place. These two books I think I will be ordering sooner rather than later. And as far as the others go, I'm going to pause for 1 second. I have a few tarot books that I purchased second-hand from my wonderful second-hand bookstore. It's local and they get fantastic stock. So you know what it's like. You've got to grab them while they're there. The first one is The Tarot by Alfred Douglas. The reason that I was interested in buying this book is this paragraph here, where it says, an expert in occult symbolism, Alfred Douglas has long been fascinated by the ancient mystery and power of the tarot. In this authoritative study, he explores the traditions, myths and religions associated with the cards, investigates their historical, mystical and psychological importance, and shows how to use the cards for divination. Love it. So it's an information book. It's not a picture book. You can see that the illustrations are quite simple. However, I imagine once you get into this, there's going to be a lot of really interesting information coming through. He does reversals as well, which is not something I normally practice, but I really like to read about it. So there we go, The Tarot by Alfred Douglas. Another second-hand book. I bought actually this is a new book that I purchased for $5 from one of those stores that are closing down. The Watkins Tarot Handbook, The Practical System of Self-Discovery. I like this. It has more of a Kabbalistic slant on the cards. And when I see self-discovery written, I get very, very excited and keen. It just goes well with everything that I already do, because I see tarot as, you know, delving into self. It is about you and your core and your shadow work, etc. A practical system to guide you on an exciting journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Simple exercises to help you tune into your intuitive powers. Love it. So there we go. That's book number 2. And the third tarot book, again, I bought this for $7 and I love it. And this is more of a picture book. It's called The Tarot by Richard Cavendish. And it basically goes into the history of tarot from a European and an Asian perspective, and perhaps even more. I have flicked through this book, but I'm yet to read it. And I love the fact that it does have a lot of wonderful examples and illustrations. But I need to really get down and, you know, get down and dirty with this book. I love this photo. Isn't that amazing? A Victorian photograph of gypsy fortune-telling in Epping Forest, London. They probably had to go into the forest in those days. Someone had come at them with a scythe. There we go. There's Thoth. A little bit of everything in here, and I think this is a fantastic book. From what, you know, the small amount of it that I read, I really enjoyed it. It's just such a mixture of different worlds and philosophies. There's a great photo of Aleister Crowley in here. There he is. And then on the other page, MacGregor Mathers, the leader of the Order of the Golden Dawn. He's a crazy looking dude, isn't he? Anyhow, there it is. The Tarot by Richard Cavendish. I like it because it's a nice hardcover book. It's one that I think I will keep forever. I certainly couldn't part with it. Then on the numerology side, I have 2 books that I own that I need to revise. I have read this book cover to cover. It's a different method of numerology to the one I practice, which I really like. I think it's just good to, you know, stay active, keep on your toes, stay open to other philosophies and take out of it what you need. But I thought this was quite interesting. And so I'm going to review that. That's by Norman Shine. And another that I bought this new quite some years ago, and I used to refer to it a lot, and I feel it's time to reconnect. And this is Michael Brill's Numerology for Healing. Just as an interest here, I purchased these again. It was $10 for the both. 2 books on the I Ching. One you can see is very old, but I really like the way he instructs and shares his information. I can understand it, so I thought that was worth it for $4. And yeah, this one here, it's a little bit different. That's what I find interesting, a little bit different in the kind of structure of it all. So I'll just have a read through both, and it just would be nice to have more of an idea of how the I Ching works than what I have, which is very basic. And here, this was a gift from heaven. I like this guy, Michael Ginger. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his surname. He has a book that's called something along the lines of The A to Z of Crystal Healing. I think he has a number of books, actually. And this was on the shelf for $7. Now, this book has a bit of weight to it. The paper quality is very, very good. There's so much information here. I love it. But what really won me over, because I have other crystal books, but it's the quality of the images in the back are just fantastic. Oh, look at that watermelon tourmaline. That is just beautiful. I think they have done an amazing job. Wow. So that just gives you a bit of an idea. I think it's a really good thing to have more than one crystal book, because there are a lot of crystals that look very, very similar, especially if you start delving into the really, you know, kind of new age a little bit out there kind of crystals beyond, you know, the rose quartz and the, I was about to say jasper, but there's so many jaspers for a start out there. And agates, there's lots and lots of different types of the same type, if that makes any sense. So I think this is a great book to have. It's a great start if you don't have any other books. And if you do want to get any other books, I would highly, highly, highly recommend The Book of Stones by Robert Simmons. Oh my goodness, that was a very long-winded answer. Hope I'm not just keeping you awake. But that's really the honest answer for me, is there are lots of books that I want to get through, and it's all in the name of getting away from looking at the internet too much, doing a lot of research online and getting back to the paper. Wish me luck. I've got a lot of work to do. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.